1, 2, 3, 4. Dusk on the street, breath in the air, stillness falling, we're still there. Feet on the ground, eyes straight ahead, I'll watch out for you, is it all in my head? Car drives by, thought on the run, a heart carefree, and I see you. Do you see me? There's frost in the air, a bite on the wind. You're there in my mind, I'm all yours to find. Shuttered behind a heart trap in the wrong time, in the wrong time. Standing still, we all move by, fitting the bill of society's time. Moving through it is like moving through sand, obscure and hard, like an upstream head. Why can't we embrace, why can't we care about the ones for whom it just ain't fair? Against the grain, we bide our time, we fight like hell, like we do, it's time. There's frost in the air, a bite on the wind. You're there in my mind, I'm all yours to find. Shuttered behind a heart trap in the wrong time, in the wrong time. Little feet patter, little hands find treasures on the ground and hearts to unwind. Aching softly as time goes by, left behind in society's mind. And I wish we had a different way to move through this, to move through this. There's frost in the air, a bite on the wind. You're there in my mind, I'm all yours to find. Shuttered behind a heart trap in the wrong time, in the wrong time. What inspires me about the North and songwriting? The North is really special in so many ways, but in one way that really speaks to me is that wilderness is still a thing, you know, and the just the wildness of the space up there is really inspiring because it's very grounding, it's very rooting. It's like, this is where my water comes from, this is where food comes from, and I really value that about the North. It's one of the few last places where there is really wilderness still, and it feels connecting.
How does playing music help sustain you through some of the challenges that the North can present?
Oh yeah, cool. Well, maybe I can precursor that by just providing a bit of context, because we have two singer-songwriters here, but I also play fiddle for Brigitte, and Brigitte plays drums in my project. And I find that the North is really cool for fostering community. It's very small. And so this is like kind of a great representation of like Northern collaboration and like a little window into the music community we have, where there's few people, but there's like a high crazy percentage of very creative people.
That's right.
And so we can work together in different ways. Like our projects are very different musically, and yet I think they both speak to our hearts in like different ways.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't really an answer to your question.
But you know what?
Kind
like,
of.
no, the same answer came to my brain as soon as you asked that question. Community is what is the strongest thing in terms of like being isolated is a thing, but being isolated in a place where the community is so rich doesn't make us feel isolated anymore, kind of. So that's for sure a strong point of why we live up north, I guess, and for me. But the community.
For me, music is like music often feels like very therapeutic to me, to either write or to play. There's something like really intimate about playing music with other people, and there's something really grounding and calming in music, especially singing when you feel those notes, in your chest. And so, music is a big therapeutic outlet for me. And I think it's just this really cool, I was going to say nonverbal way of connecting with people, but it is verbal, but it's like, it's its own category of connection. And I think that specifically that is like so important in so many ways that words can't describe.
Yeah, and I agree with what you say. And I would also add in a different perspective, the fact that we have such a supportive community. I did live in Montreal in the past, and for sure the pool is bigger of musicians, so there's naturally more competition. But in Whitehorse, there's so many, like you said earlier, there's so many talents, there's so many people that are so creative and really good at what they do, menace the competition. So I would say that makes it really sustainable to live within a community where we really try to lift each other out in so many different ways. So that makes it also very sustainable in the long term, for sure.
Yeah. The music industry is made for competition. The music industry as we living it now is built under this capitalist system.
Yeah.
But is that what music is? And so I think, anyways, what I try to do in music is try to like pull out some of that sentence and try to really like go to the root of what music is and what it's for and how it connects us. Yeah.
There's a stillness and a calm. Comfort me softly in the cold dark. In winter's long hold, we're frozen where the slow asphalt drifts. The past and the future stand still, and the old mother sleeps. Only brave crows stand guard throughout the night. Here in the valley, the bitter winds rage till they die. And deep in the mountain's belly, the old mother sleeps. When the sun plays hide and seek with the grace to make you weep, hold me closer to you while the old mother sleeps. We'll take our time to make it last. The soul is deep and the skies are vast, and days will change and thaw the days when we were so wild and free, running with the wolves over lands we thought would always be, afraid when the light would leave and the old mother sleep. When the sun plays hide and seek with the grace to make you weep, hold me closer to you while the old mother sleeps. We'll take our time to make it last. The soul is deep and the skies are vast, and days will change and thaw, and our time will pass. The old mother sleeps. The old mother sleeps.
And among all the gifted artists who are a part of the Yukon caravan down south, your project is the one that's toured most widely. So, having been on the road all over the place, what are some challenges that come along with being a toured act based out of the Yukon?
Lost luggage.
Yeah. we have a rule book. It's like rules of the road.
Yeah, 10 rules of the road.
Yeah. Some of them we can't really repeat publicly, but mostly it's like, where are you going to eat? You know, like.
Never go to soundcheck hungry.
Yeah.
If you play in the theater and you find a really good doorstopper, steal it, because it's only the three of us, and we load gear into the hotel room.
Yeah. This is a really
These
good
are weird
point.
things, but they're really important.
When you're tired, you've traveled, a long ways, you're super jet lagged and tired, and you get somewhere, and your last chore is to get your gear out of the hall into the hotel room, but the door keeps closing on you. It's the most frustrating thing in the world. So
It's
you
the
just take
little
those little door stops, when you find
It's
it.
the little things
Yeah.
that matter. Yeah. And mostly
it
the
seems
conversation.
small, but it's huge.
Yeah. The conversation we have every day is, we get up, good morning.
do we
Okay.
eat?
Where are we going to eat today?
Most
And
important thing.
and Bob will source coffee places like days in advance. Just,
So we know we're covered.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so important. You're not you when you're hungry, right? Like
That's
you can't
right.
play when you're hungry.
Yeah, but one big rule is we don't go to soundcheck hungry.
Yeah.
That's rule number 3, I think.
That's a little down there, but
Yeah.
The first ones are a little bit crazy.
First ones are a little,
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
for the late show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a bit of a follow-up question: what makes all the work and struggle of being hungry at soundcheck and the door closing back and forth worthwhile?
Oh, it's what do you call it? The purple bubble.
The purple bubble, I call it the purple bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get in the car, you
Yeah.
drive somewhere, you end up in a place you don't really want to be, in a hotel you don't really want to be. You go to sound check, you do your sound check, try and find some food, try and get back to the hotel, have a shower, and for all that work, you get to spend an hour and a half in the purple bubble.
And it's
Purple
all,
bubble is when the lights are on, and you're actually in
Yeah.
doing the show, and it's nice colored lights, and you're all clean, and
Yeah.
it's awesome.
it's
So
awesome.
then drink, laugh, repeat.
Yeah.
Plus the travel, we get to go to some. We played
totally.
every province in Canada, except Newfoundland.
We haven't been on the rock.
Not been on the rock. We played Labrador,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and so that's great. Meet people.
Traveling,
and,
meeting people, that's what
yeah,
you get.
that's really-
basically, yeah.
great. Europe.
There's a lot of money in folk music, too.
Yeah.
Ton of money.
It's not a lot of fun, but we make a lot of money.
That's the bonus. That's a question. Is that the bonus?
Yeah.
Six-string lover pulling up the covers in bed. A tiny little singer, the heartbreak ringer, the voice in my head. Like ebony and ivory, she's seen both sides of me, I know. Like I'm a lover, I'm a fighter, she's a heartbreaking liar, but I can't seem to let her go. And I'm just her moonshine lover. We're just daytime friends, but you played on me when I was underneath the covers, and she pulled the curtains over my eyes. I got you on my mind. Something gave it away. I know that you never stay true, and I was too far away when he leaned in and kissed you. So now we're fighting all the time just to keep it in line. I could swear that I'm fine, pretend that it's alright, but I know we're lying for the last little while. We only talk online, and I'm just her moonshine lover. We're just daytime friends, but you played on me, girl. I was underneath the cover, and she pulled the curtains over my eyes. Just my own shine lover. We're just daytime friends, but you played on me, girl. I was underneath the cover. She pulled the curtains over my eyes. Got you on my mind. Got you on my mind. Oh.
My parents wanted us all to be musicians. I'm kind of the only one that came out that way. But we just had like instruments all over the house all the time. And it was like, you could play them whenever you wanted. Like you could play drums and my mom wouldn't get mad. She hated electric guitar though, which is like, I learned how to play electric when I was like 19 because I wasn't allowed to own one.
I'm gonna spite you, Mom.
Literally.
Take this.
So then I went to school for electric guitar. But no, we were kind of like pushed into it. And I'm also from a town of 400 people. So it was either like learn to play instruments or get a snowmobile. And I didn't really want a snowmobile. So
long, cold winters.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I spent all my time playing music and watching YouTube videos because I was the only musician really in that town.
Your musical journey has been anything but easy in recent years. What was the medical condition that threatened to permanently end your ability to play music?
Yeah, I have something called a non-freezing cold injury, or an NFCI. If you're in cold, wet conditions for too long and doing like repetitive stress things, it can affect the way that your brain communicates with your extremities. So even though you do nerve tests and it says everything's fine, what it actually does is like your brain is constantly sending pain signals to whatever. Like for me, it was my arms. So basically, like you're in like a constant fight or flight, and your brain is like, so if like that's why I wear the sleeve all the time, because if like a breeze hits my arm will like swell up. Yeah.
But it looks sweet.
Yeah, Gregory Porter is one of my favorite singers, and he wears this like hat all the time because he has a skin condition. So I was like, if he can do that, I can wear a sleeve all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, exactly. So, as a songwriter, I write a lot of sad songs, and most of those songs wouldn't exist if I hadn't gone through all that like super heavy stuff. And it also makes me push for it a lot harder than I would have, because once you're like, oh, I can play again, it's like you're not really wasting any time, because I lost like 3 years to not being able to use my hands. So definitely like
You're back, baby.
We're back, baby.
Yeah. Coming around.